Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing on this fine day? We are going to get ready for our second ever episode of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. In case you're not aware, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, yes, very hype. Thirsty Sword Lesbians is a game about emotions, connections, and giant mushrooms. We added the giant mushrooms, but that's going to make it extra fun. I am live with a whole bunch of friends. These are all my LARPing friends. Let's start with our DM, RM Steel. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Armsteel. I'm here to try and make the world spin while they do whatever's in their power to stop me, I think is how this is supposed to go.
That sounds accurate.
Pretty much.
And we have three other players aside from me. I'm Vivelda the Magnificent. I am cool, awesome, and here to kill every single monster in our way. As long as it doesn't have, emotions. Because that I can't deal with that. Agatha, tell us about yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mighty Frog. I will be playing the Countess Lady Agatha Ballsthrow III. And she is tiny and facetious and wonderful. So I'm sure this will go fairly well in my attempts to not destroy the game.
I just switched over to our live chat, so you can see different people's usernames light up when they're talking, so that should hopefully make it a little bit easier for our viewers to follow along and see who's chatting. Also, pretty much everyone except for RM Steel, who's our DM and therefore doesn't have a character name, has switched their name to be their character name. So, that should help. Go ahead, Listening Chaos.
Alright, so I am listening. Listening is I don't know, not really sure what they are right now. It depends on how the story unfolds. But they are pretty much, they're kind of catty, I guess. They like starting trouble, but they also have I want to say, a maternal side to them, but not exactly, because they're not exactly female. Oh, yeah. But anyway, just here to cause trouble and to see things and keep their lovelies protected and safe. Yeah.
Sounds great. And our last player is Fibian. Take it away. Fibian is currently muted. Let me check. Are you there?
The nature loving.
Sounds like you're talking through a water combo.
Yeah, we've got a lot of. I'm having difficulty hearing you.
If you want, you could type
Okay,
and we'll make Vivelda read it.
Hey, I will do that thing.
And I'll be home and ready to.
So what I got is Fibian is in transit and will arrive near a more stable internet connection later.
Woohoo! That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair.
I was hoping that would turn out better.
That's okay.
'Cause-
If she ends up saying things that, like typing things into out of character or characters, I'll do my best to pay attention to that and read that out loud. I sound far away? Well, turning me up is easy. How's this, Malacalc? Also, hi, Malacalc. How you doing? I'm probably going to be doing most of my chat in the actual text chat because I'm actually not supposed to talk constantly during this kind of a stream. Does
Don't
anyone...
worry, guys. I have plenty to talk to.
Does
Say about
anyone
time.
remember what happened last game?
I do.
Oh, well, I'll let you do it then.
Please.
Okay, so a quick summary of the story thus far. You all had a dream, which was kind of odd because no one really sleeps in this world. You decided to go hunt down you decided to take the metaphorical dream literally, and instead of symbolism, you started looking for broken mask shards.
I don't know what you want from us. We're D&D players.
This is true.
But I managed to also forget that it wasn't supposed to be literal because of just how gun-ho you were about it. So it unfortunately worked. And you met an impossibly old, what we've been calling Hercules beetle, 4 legs, 4 arms, probably crazy, who led you to a church through which you opened a magical door, and someone may have pressed the start loop button.
That
yes,
was me.
but remember, most important, we joined a cult first.
Oh, yes. Someone wrote there... Everyone's name is now written in a book labeled like the Exalted Ones, or something like that.
That was also me.
So that's good. That's good.
That's not going to have any repercussions at all, ever.
Oh no, of course not. Absolutely not.
Oh my
It's fine.
goodness.
We just signed an ethereal pact that we have no idea about, but yeah, that won't be a problem. It's okay. I feel like it's fine.
I mean, what are the odds the pact is real? It's not like it opens doors for you or anything. That'd be odd.
We did just meet an impossibly old person, so obviously there's
Yeah.
some shenaniganery going on.
Yeah, he's weird.
Don't mess with Herc. He's impossibly old and shriveled with age, but still head and shoulders taller than all of you.
Would you like to describe Herc for us?
Herc is one of those, like... His exoskeleton comes out to be more like full plate, as opposed to most bugs that just looks like hard skin. His looks like full plate, and he's slouched over and clearly very old. Like, you'd estimate well over the age of anyone else you've seen. But he is still head and shoulders taller than the rest of you. And
also he's a Hercules beetle.
yes, and
that
also,
seems like an important detail.
Yes, he has 2 horns, 2 legs. He has 2 horns, 4 legs, and 4 arms, and is carrying around a sword that, even though the majority of the blade is broken off, it's still about the size. It's still only like half the size of yours.
For context, this is a world of giant mushrooms and teeny tiny heroes. We are all, like, roughly the size of, like, your average Hollow Knight hero, which is to say, like, between 2 and 5 inches tall. Obviously, I'm 5 inches because I am so big and tall.
I'm a full 6 inches, please. Just don't.
Alright, fine.
I am knee-high to the lot of you.
We're all, like, measuring a mask height here, and you're like, I teeny!
I am small.
I can appreciate this measuring scheme. Okay, last thing that occurred was you guys were looking at a collection of monitors displaying a donut-shaped room in which there is a pale gold spiky thing. And the tips of the spikes were covered in... Actually, I don't know if the tips of the spikes are a different color. But someone pushed a glowing green key on the keyboard, and now we have to address that. So, you hear a whooshing sound, and the lights behind you begin to flicker. This is relevant because the only light behind you is coming from the doorway.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So we're gonna
Specifically, the oval that appears to be spinning a... what's it called? The oval that was your doorway in is now rotating, and every time it's one of the 2 sides is facing up, it's showing a new doorway. It's showing, a new green archway.
So, like, can we see through the green archway?
Yeah, so you were looking as though you were looking through the archway in the church, but then it spins, and now you're looking as though you were looking through the archway in the butcher shop, and then it spins, and then a different archway, and then it spins, and then a different archway. So it appears to be shuffling which archways is connected to what.
Okay. I think I just broke the entire connected system of doors.
Oh, that's good, right?
No.
What's very good is that it's still going.
I would like to
It
hit
appears we may
the
have,
stop loop button.
broken the system.
It does complete its rotation before stopping, and now you are looking at one of the doors furthest from the center, on the edge of the town.
I'm sorry, Agatha, did you say something?
It appears we broke it.
I'm worried that we broke a lot more than just it.
I'm not surprised it's broken because Vivelda touched it.
Shut up.
That may very well be. Don't worry, happy mistakes happen all the time.
I say shut up, but it's like with no heat because I'm absolutely 100% distracted staring at the door.
Well, there's a role I want. I just don't have what available stats there are open because I think 3 steps ahead. Give me a second. I know.
Okay.
Where's the list of basic moves?
That should be in the rules channel, but I can read them to you. What are you looking for? Defy disaster? Fight, stagger, entice, connect, figure out a person, influence with a string, smitten, finally kiss, emotional sport, call in a toxic power, end of session.
Okay, let's go with Defy Disaster. Since Vivelda appears to be the one pushing the button, let's have Vivelda roll.
Can someone else defy disaster?
Would you like to have someone else push the button?
No, it's my button. Okay.
Then let's get a Defy Disaster roll.
All right, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so Defy Disaster. When you push your limits to achieve something extraordinary that's not covered by another move, or to avert an imminent danger to yourself or someone else, say what you're willing to sacrifice and pick your approach. So I'm not sure that, like, stabbing this will help. Like, I don't think stabbing this will help, so I really don't feel like might applies here. You can feel free to take that differently.
Grace. What you're doing is you're timing it well so the doorway opens on a good note.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with grace. Swiftness or elegance. My ability to press the button at exactly the right time. My reaction speed.
Yeah.
I think that's the right one. Okay. So in this game, for every single roll, you roll a 2d6. My grace
You roll a
sucks.
2d6 plus the corresponding stats, and you can see the effects of roll above Listening Chaos and next to Fibian. So we got a beautiful number
6.
right there.
This is good. This is great. This is excellent. Every time you fail a roll, you get XP.
Yay!
We have 2 luck to start out with, right?
Yeah.
I'm keeping that.
Okay,
I just fail it entirely because my grace is a 0, and my wit, which is the other one I was gonna try to argue for, is a -1. So,
Velda, you do successfully open the door at what is theoretically the best time for you. Because what you are looking at is not through a green doorway, or even through a yellow doorway.
I don't like that.
You're looking at a red doorway.
Uh-oh.
And into a full street.
Oh dear.
A street of who?
A
What
street
does that mean?
of people who are practically glowing, and there's sunlight coming through.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
Sunlight.
So I'm gonna freeze, like, completely, and then I'm gonna go to press the button that says start. Start sequence again, unless someone stops me. Like, my instant response is to
gently-
run the frick away.
Yeah, I'm just going to like gently kind of like swat your hand away from the buttons and
People
peer in
are
through this
starting
door.
to take notice that they can't walk through that door anymore because it leads to a room full of idiots instead
Yes.
of where it's supposed to lead.
But this is sunlight. This is something we haven't seen before. My sense of wonderment is getting a hold of me here. So, what's going on
This
here?
is something you've seen before. Exactly 8 hours every day.
Oh,
We
well,
have
sunlight.
seen
Yeah,
sunlight, but not natural
we've never
sunlight.
seen glowing people.
Oh yeah, these people are practically glowing.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to go. We need to go right now. This is not. We're not supposed to be here. We're gonna. This is bad. This is bad.
So, if this makes Vivelda nervous,
I hate
I'm
you.
curious. Do I like the idea of fully going into this?
The sunlight? Absolutely. The sunlight feels great.
All right, I'm stepping in. It's like if if the paladin doesn't like it, it's probably a good idea.
No, you're especially not supposed to be here. I'm going to attempt to stop her from going into from going into the street. I am completely okay with this going so badly.
Okay. Is this an opposed roll?
I'm not incapacitating them with violence. I am going to try to. Do I have a string on you?
I was opening that.
Ha! I'm going to like throw myself between you and the door and be like, what if we what is listening chaos like? I'll do literally anything else.
I want to see the source of the light.
Listening likes causing you trouble.
I am aware. This string is never going to get used. I'm just gonna stack up strings on you. You are never ever going to accept me using a string.
Hey, every 3 streams I get to tell you one of listening's secrets. And eventually I'll run out of secrets listening knows, and I'll just start telling you.
You'll just start making crap up. So, listening, I'm just kind of like putting myself between you and the door and just kind of stammering. I am obviously like panicking and unable to think of a coherent sentence. You could just push me through the door or like out of your way or like whatever you want. I'm okay with that.
All right, so I'm just going to let's see. How heavy do you look?
The biggest of all of you, but not necessarily in full plate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not wearing full plate. That's not a thing.
Wait, she's bigger than me?
No.
Okay.
No? I thought Viveldo. Okay.
I thought I was.
Listening Chaos said that they were 7 inches tall. I'm only 6 inches tall, but it's all actual matter instead of like whatever you're made of goo and stuff.
Oh, okay then. I just
Totally
misheard.
just like apparate clean through them. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to pick Vivelda up in one hand and be like, "What are you trying to keep from us?" And then I'm gonna like just carry both of us through the door.
So I don't think you can pick me up entirely, but you can probably like grab me by the shirt.
Yeah,
And
I
push
mean,
me
you're
around.
already thrown off the balance, so you could probably get pushed back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do I got to roll for that?
I believe Vivelda just said you can, so I
Yeah,
think you can.
I'm okay with that. Like as
Zelda
a
is not
character.
opposing you, so
Okay. Then I just.
Zelda like does oppose you, but not effectively because she's panicking. So roleplay wise, you just go ahead and do that.
All right. So I just like. Can I like fireman carry?
No.
Up on the shoulder.
No, I'm picturing that like a child is standing like a statue, so you grab them by the scuff of their shirt and drag them along with their heels not moving.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. It's like, you're going to show us what's behind door number 1. What's got you so rankled? And I'm going to step boldly into the light.
With the time you guys have spent panicking and not going through the doorway, the guard has arrived to discuss with you about things.
All right. Do I recognize do I recognize the guards? Like
no.
Their attire? Nothing.
Nope. You might actually.
Oh, okay, good.
The high ups in the what's it called? The high ups in the Adventurers Guild wear a specific type of material that is extraordinarily hard to come by. But these guys, even the guards, appear to be fully clothed in the stuff.
Mm.
It's like the silk of this world.
The silk of this world. So we basically wandered into like a fashion models.
I lean over. I lean over towards listening case. I think we're in the above.
You know, I had a feeling. I definitely had a feeling.
Of course, we're in the above, you nitwits. Hi! Hi. I'm gonna, like, jerk away from listening chaos. And
Can we ask you, what exactly have you done to the other side of this doorway?
It broke.
Where are the people that are in that room?
They're in a very safe place.
Probably fine.
My guess is on the other side
So
of that
this is a
door.
hostage situation.
No,
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. No, sir. We're.
Our magic room seems to have brought us here by mistake. However, where are here?
I will say that all of you know how to close colored doorways.
Okay.
That being said, that would divide the party at the moment because not everyone's through the door, but
I'm kind of like standing like on the doorstep, like threshold, so that nobody can shut the door and like leave half the party here.
Let's see. I'm going to.
Is the guard more armed than we are?
no, each of the guards is carrying exactly one sword, presumably like the rest of you. I suppose there's nothing... Nah, each guard's carrying exactly one sword. I don't know if that's gonna be more or less than you.
I'm carrying a kitchen knife, so I might be rather ill-equipped for this combat.
We all have swords.
I'm carrying hair, so...
That is a good point.
I would like to address these people, though. I would like to get a straight answer. I'm rather frustrated and a little bit peeved because somebody called me a nitwit, and so I'm wanting to get answers. I'm like, we will let your friends out of that building, no problem at all. We are not holding them prisoner. I just need to know where we are. Then I kind of like
are in. You are on Berners Street. Where else would you be?
That's the problem. You see, that room goes everywhere, so I don't know where Burner Street is.
One of the guards, like, pulls the one that you were talking to away and whispers to him, and the guard you were talking to gets, like, this look in his eye, and he turns back to you and he's like, "Are you adventurers?"
Yes.
I was trying to say that.
Well, I'll tell you what. As it stands, what you have done is probably considered treason to many, many extents.
Crap.
But, since I don't know who you are, or how relevant you might be to what we're trying to accomplish down there, how about you walk through that doorway, you close that doorway, and you never open it again, and we don't have to worry about it.
Sounds like a deal.
That sounds great. And I, like, look at Listening Chaos, like, with the too bright smile.
You're welcome to come with us.
No, we aren't.
Yes.
Come now, children. I think we've overstayed our welcome.
Okay, I'll go with you guys.
Good, because I was about to do the exact same thing you just did.
Just wheel around and grab them by the collar and drag them back.
Absolutely.
As we shut the door. It was lovely to meet you.
No, it wasn't.
Shut up! I absolutely grab you by the collar and like shove you behind
No,
me.
it wasn't. Came by after the door was closed. You don't need to worry about it.
Like, no, it wasn't. Like, you started saying that as soon as I just like snapped the door shut really hard and like look over at you with like, how dare you?
I am in the middle of strangling listening chaos.
If you could see my pupils, you can tell I am unintimidated.
But what if they had clean water?
Of course they have clean water! They're above!
We could get some clean water.
However, make a personal note. Red doors lead to the above. We might need that later.
That's true. You learned something very important.
Oh, okay, alright.
I learned something right.
Yeah, we know for a fact now
Also,
it-
you learned what's
Zelda
on the other
almost-
side of the oval when it's not open.
that is true.
Ooh, what is on the other side of the oval?
One of the infamous hallways.
Remind
If
me.
you're lucky, the labyrinth will only hold you back for a few days, and you can find your way out.
What if we're unlucky?
You won't be able to figure out how to open the door from this side. After you find one. Which first you have to find one.
Aren't we standing in the control room?
You're standing in a control room, that's a fact.
Yeah, so we could probably use that control room to shift us to where we need to go.
That's a fair point.
So, wait, before we continue, I want to round on Vivelda. So, where is that place we just came from? And why are you hiding? Why don't you want us to go there?
I give up attempting to strangle your flailing mass of shadows because there's literally nothing physical there for me to grab a hold of. I'm not hiding
Takes a deep
anything.
breath, and then just like the scarf you were strangling with just goes right through them.
Yes, what are you trying to hide from us?
I'm not hiding anything. In fact, I wanted to get you up there, but we have to do things the right way. You have to do things the normal way. Look what we found. And I'm gonna turn to the monitors and gesture with like both hands spread wide to this spiky, glowing radiance that we can sort of see through whatever this strange form of glass is.
Good news, monitor's not displaying that no more.
Crap.
It appears to be monitoring the doors that just changed.
Okay.
Interesting. Is there a roll that I can use to just like figure this thing out?
I'm gonna have a mental breakdown now.
What if the door spins and opens to an underwater level?
That'll be too bad for you guys.
I was
That
about
would
to say all but
definitely-
one of us are amphibious.
What are the basic moves again?
We have figure a person out. If the doors gain a conscience or have a sentience that we weren't previously able to access, but perhaps exists and communicates, then we could negotiate with it. We could also call on a toxic power.
That's true. Toxic powers would be... There's also... isn't there an Hacked Under Pressure?
Yeah, there's a Defy Disaster.
Defy disaster, yeah.
There's also stagger, which is when you suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow. But that is just something the DM declares happens.
By the way, since you all got sunlight, if ever you had something that wasn't working quite right, you're better now.
Well,
FYI.
we feel better. Okay, I'm gonna finish my explanation. Well, we can find it again. If we find it again, and we get it to the Adventurers Guild, then they will ascend us. Like, you saw that power, you felt it. It was There are things I can't tell you right now, but I promise you, it would be enough to ascend this whole adventuring party. Even you. But you can't just waltz into those above and tell them that you want to take over their corridor now. I just don't want any of us to get into trouble.
I happen to agree with Vivilda. However, this room, a room of requirement, so to speak, can take us anywhere, from the top to the bottom, those below to those above. This is a very dangerous device for somebody else. This could be very, very dangerous for a number of people, if any great power had it.
They didn't seem to know about how we got there, so...
They accepted
Okay.
your adventures.
If
That's why
anyone
we're not
wants
just gonna let
to,
just anyone get a hold of it. We're gonna take it to the authorities.
if
Wait, can we
anyone
trust
wants
the
to,
authorities?
I will emphasize the presence of defy disaster and call on toxic power, if that's what you want to do.
Well, let's see.
Those two would be the way to roll your way out of the situation. You could also role play or just walk down the hallway and test your luck.
I did want to argue some more, but I guess...
I mean, arguing is always fun. We can keep doing that.
I like arguing. I'm anyway. I'll see what you guys want to do, because I have an idea. Well, I'll use
I'm
this
gonna
as a last
walk.
resort.
I'm going to walk up to Vivilda, and I'm going to look straight at their eyes, me, and standing up straight to all of my 3.5-inch glory.
I
And I'm gonna ask
consciously
them
like kneel down, like one knee on the ground, my elbow on my other knee, like very nightly, and like
I'm going to
He is
like
now
take
eye level.
my crazy porcelain fingers and like draw my pointer finger across your chin so that you're looking straight at my eyes and go, "Do you trust these people?"
Vivalda is like halfway through being saying "with my life" before she realizes that you're saying "these people" instead of me. She's like, which people?
The government, this adventurers guild. Do you trust them with your life?
They just want. Don't.
It's a
I think that
simple yes or
means
no.
no.
You're trying to get me to question my devotion.
Hmm?
Out of character, you're trying to get me to question my devotion. And
No, I'm trying to give me a straight answer.
oh, well, of course. They just want what's best for us and to make sure that only the people who are worthy ascend. But this discovery means that we are worthy.
Well, I guess that's enough for me then. What about you
Why
guys?
weren't you before?
That is true.
Sorry, what'd you say, Phoebian?
Why weren't we worthy before?
Aren't we worthy?
Well, now if we can get this achievement to them, then yes, of course.
Or we might be erased, silenced. Those guys didn't seem too surprised to see us there.
We were just not going the right way, you know? Like, you can't just, like, go, like... You can't just go straight to those above. Like, they don't want to deal with us, you know, before we're worthy.
That brings up a good point. We do have to... There's a modicum of due process that must be adhered to. However, Phoebian is right as well. What makes us more worthy now than we were before? In this room has passed only minutes. I don't imagine worthiness is gained that quickly.
What if we befriended the people up top? Then they would trust us. Maybe.
Perhaps we keep this room for ourselves for now. Still continue our quests for the guild, as we should, but use this for our betterment until we can prove that we'll go to the right hands.
Keep it
Can I
for
just-
ourselves?
Can I
Or
just
no.
let you guys know something? I've been traveling down here in the below for a very long time, and I can tell you that we've done more down here, just trying to eke out a living and finding happiness with one another, than all those people up there sitting in the light with their fancy clothes have ever been able to achieve. And the other thing is this: we've done it on our own power, while those above have been exploiting us.
It's
Since-
reasonable to assume that they're scared of us then.
What?
Well,
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I just noticed that those clothes that they were wearing were very, very rare and expensive, and I don't see that kind of wealth being shared with us down here. So, if you're talking about worthiness, it's kind of ironic. You got to be found worthy in order to rip people off. So, food for thought.
And we've always known that abundance is something more common upstairs.
Also,
Or it's stolen.
Just like as a GM, I'm over here like, yeah, that's what you get for pushing my buttons.
The literal buttons? The buttons that you put in front of me and expected me not to push? Those buttons?
Maybe.
I'm gonna let them like stew in their conversation and kind of go look at these monitors and see like what specifically is there different worlds? Is it just all the same hallway? What's going on with these monitors?
The monitors appear to be each one shows an image of a colored doorway that you are familiar with. Two of them display ones in the below, and one of them displays one in the between. So 2 green and 1 yellow.
I have an idea. If being in this room makes us worthy to go up top, why don't we invite everyone from the middle and below into this room, and then everyone will be worthy?
No. You're wrong. You've got to be wrong. It's not.
I like their idea.
Well, we discovered
Could I
it.
say something? Could I say, like...
No.
Oh, okay, then continue.
You're the DM. Yes. Go ahead.
So, specifically, as adventurers, you would all know this. When you turn in quests, you get something called glory bucks. And yes, they're actually called glory bucks. What do you want from them? And if you amass enough glory bucks, then you can just buy your way up. What Vivelda is probably talking about is whatever mission she's decided you lot are on, it will be enough to buy 4 or 5 tickets up. But if everyone comes along, then everyone wants some, and that won't necessarily be enough to buy everyone a ticket up.
Yeah, what I'm
But
saying.
we have our own door.
I don't need ascension, so
We can begin smuggling people upward if that's what you're talking about. But Vivilda is not going to be happy with that.
oh, my eyes
Not
go
even a
wide
little
when you
bit.
suggest that.
Do you say that in character?
No, I say that out of character.
Okay. It didn't sound like Agatha's voice, which is why I asked. So out of character question, I have an ability called Toxic Devotion, which says that once per scene, when you forgive your devotion for abusing you, or make excuses for obvious problems with your devotion, like all of the obvious problems that you guys have just gone over, can I take +1 forward or mark XP?
Absolutely. Take a
Excellent.
forward for take both of them.
That
A
makes
forward
sense.
and an XP. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
because you all are beating me
Look
up
at
and
you
being
go.
super mean. Actually, I'll happily only take one because in the same power, it says, also once per scene, when you learn that another PC thinks your devotion is problematic, and you don't defend it, mark a condition and give them a string on you. Wait, those are bad things.
Oh yeah, I get a string.
Crap. So I'm gonna mark a condition. I'm going with insecure because you've questioned like literally the foundation of my entire methodology, and I have no idea how to cope with that.
Yes.
So rude.
So listening starts to laugh maniacally and just without saying why.
Vivelda is like totally distraught, has no idea what to say.
I'm going to be the
as much
guardian
as
angel
watching
here.
you guys infinitely bully Vivelda is entertaining.
Let's
I'm
go
just
do
going to
something.
point out that you are still locked in this room where NPCs cannot be, and therefore that thing I was told for doing a bad job, you guys, these are
Okay,
preventing me from fixing.
alright. I would like to call on a toxic power. How do I go about doing that in this room without NPCs? I would like to parlay with a toxic power. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go up to the keyboard and I'm gonna study it and I'm gonna be like, okay, so it says when you parlay with a toxic power, ask it your question, roll spirit. I'm gonna study the keyboard and I'm gonna be like, where is the best way home?
Okay.
And by home, I might mean the Adventurers Guild. It's really unclear, actually.
Okay.
Yellow doors. You're looking for yellow doors at that point.
And I get to roll plus spirit, and I have a +1 forward, which means that I'm rolling at a total of 3. So that's using my +1 forward. It's gone now, which is great because
Yay.
without that, it would have been a 9. So instead of a mixed beat, I get an upbeat. On an upbeat, it answers the question and grants you +1 forward to act on the information. Oh, haha, I get to keep that.
So, the information you get in response to your question is, you are pretty sure you could swap the doorway it's connected to one of the doorways on the screen.
Okay, I'm like, oh yeah, this goes. I'm pretty sure that this button. Okay, I do that thing. You said there were 2 green and 1 yellow door visible on the screen?
Yep.
Okay, I picked the yellow door then.
Okay. Bit of finagling later, the screen switches to, well, now you can see the building you were standing in a second ago, and that is definitely an above building, and by that you mean a building from a center town that hasn't been abandoned yet.
It still looks kind of like destroyed, right? Because the ruins were here long before our little civilization.
Were they?
Okay, well, how destroyed does it look?
The center town appears to have been built by those above.
Oh, okay.
Very
Entirely, including the colored doorways.
How do we know what the people above build looks like?
Well, you were just told you were at the above, and that looks identical to the type of building structure as there always is in the middle of the mushroom.
Ah.
So, guessing on random luck, probably.
Alright, so we're at the yellow door. I'm going to open the door.
By virtue of this being a control room, I'm gonna say you can, but if a door closes and you're on the wrong side, you'll have to then find out a way to open it again.
Gotcha.
Under most circumstances.
So we got lucky this time.
Yep. You open the doorway, and through the doorway, unfortunately close, is someone holding a clear ball about the size of a bowling ball, and inside of it is a glowing white bead tied to the ball. Every hold on a second, let me count. Probably like 12 strings, I don't know. 12 strings suspending a glowing bead in the middle, and the bead appears to be like pulling itself to the side nearest to you guys.
So
You
like
recognize-
some kind of dowsing rod.
Yeah, some kind of dowsing device. And you recognize this dowsing device specifically as the reason you don't try to steal, because it will point to the thing that is yours.
Crap.
That isn't among your possession. And it appears to be pointing towards you guys now that the door is open.
Do we recognize this person? Like, do we know them?
Nope.
Oh, thank goodness! We were trapped in here, but you finally got us out. I say,
Is that what we're going for?
I don't know.
I'm just going to nonchalantly, like, edge my way behind everybody because I'm small enough to hide behind you guys.
So out of character, I'm pretty sure this dowsing rod is pointing at me.
So I give, like, Phibiad, like, a sideways look, but don't say anything.
Okay, it's great that we saved you, says the one holding the ball. But could you give us our bottled light back?
You're losing sunlight? You lost some sunlight?
Yeah, some weird rabbit thing swiped it from us while it thought we were distracted in the sunlight.
Out of character, didn't we give that to the beetle?
Oh, was it the same one you gave to the beetle?
Yeah, I switched it to
presumed you
make
gave
sure
it
that
was
we
a
had
different
clean
one.
ones.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
Oh my
I-
goodness.
I thought that I gave my bottle of sunlight to the beetle. Agatha, did you specifically make the stolen one go to the beetle?
Yeah, I specifically made the switch.
She was
Well-
riding on my shoulder that whole time.
Wow.
But if Listening Chaos is okay with that, because it was in Listening Chaos's possession.
It was. That's why I'm surprised. Hey, but I am not going to. I'm not going to say anything against some surprise fortune.
Then I have no reason for them to be here.
Well, I mean, they
There
could still
goes
be
those
here.
NPCs.
Can we could have Vivelda roll Grace to see if she made it successfully. Sorry, Agatha. We could have Agatha roll Grace to see if she made the switch successfully.
That is true, and I have a thing called Filch, which I could probably use to do such things.
Yeah, let's see. It could still...
Filter orb.
Sorry, what?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just retcon the instance of this. It's fine.
It could still be people who don't like us for some reason or another.
No, what it is, the same situation, people holding the dowsing sphere, and they were standing in a circle quietly talking amongst themselves because they were very concerned. When the door opened and they were like, "Hi, we need some help."
Are any of them cute?
Yes.
Good answer.
What type of cute do you want? You got the bookworm, who is the one holding the dowsing sphere. You got 2 or 3 like lean looking, like built for adventuring kind, and then you got the tank of the group.
Oh, I'm all about the bookworm. Like, I'm here for brains, for sure.
You hit on someone else?
That was intense. When you say that, I look at you like, huh.
I don't say that. I do look sad though.
So, so this weird floating bunny thing swiped a thing of bottled sunlight from us while we were bathing in the sun, and the dowsing sphere says that it's in the vicinity of Herc, the crazy old guy.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Children,
That seems a little
that is
foolhardy.
death sentence.
But like, it's one of our health potion. It's one of our bottled lights. We kind of need it to go adventuring.
I'm just gonna give them one of mine. Here, just take this.
Really? Is that okay?
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
to many adventuring groups, it really doesn't cost much, but we've been, well, as you can tell, I've been spending most of my time studying rather than working the adventuring fields, so I really don't have the cash to pay you back.
Oh, it's no big deal. I'm sure it's fine. We just stumbled across something that may help us in our travels a lot more expeditiously, so we can spare a bottle.
Do you need help with your travels? I spent a lot of time studying. I could probably, I was pretty good at reading ancients. If you got anything you want translated.
Ooh,
That would
we
be
should
really
take her.
useful. That could be really useful. I really only have the foggiest, like, the general idea of what this means. I say kind of in an undertone to Agatha.
What do you say to me in an undertone?
That could be useful. I only have a general idea of what the keys mean.
Gotcha.
Out
tell
of
you
character reminder, Entice is a move, as is Connect. So you can roll Heart to connect with someone emotionally, and let me just check what Connect does. Yeah, you can roll Heart to gain a string on them and con them into doing stuff for you.
Gotcha.
Oh, can I see? I asked the bookworm. Can I see your sword?
The bookworm,
Sweetie, you just
looks
stabbed him.
very self-conscious about the request, but reluctantly pulls out a metal whip.
Ooh, that's pretty.
It really isn't much of a sword.
I'm okay.
Well, it's how you use it that counts.
Since
But
I
there's
don't have
nothing
any
without its
sense
wielder.
of boundaries, I'm gonna like grab his sword and then just like hold it up to examine it.
I will say, listening chaos, it is probably even among your group, anyone that carries a sword would not be okay with losing their sword.
It is deeply, deeply, deeply rude to attempt to take a sword from someone. So rude, in fact, that the rules themselves literally do not permit it. The rules say you will never be without your sword. No one will ever take your sword from you. Like, that's being a thirsty sword lesbian is the sword part is integral to this game. So you can't just casually take someone's sword.
Even NPCs.
Yes,
Yeah.
NPCs are still adventurers.
Yeah, I mean, they're still
in that case,
people.
never mind.
It would
thought
make
those
them
were species.
significantly. It'd make them significantly less sexy without their swords.
It
Not
would
to mention
probably
admittedly hostile.
involve doing a status ailment to them. Is
Okay.
what that
I
would.
thought- I didn't think it would apply to NPCs. Okay. no
So
worries.
you
Yeah.
can, like, go and invade their personal space and, like, put one hand on their sword, maybe. Like, that would be a very intimate maneuver. Like, you might want to roll Entice.
Or again, like if you're trying to take it from them, what you'd be doing is you'd roll fight,
Yeah.
and you'd try to fight it from them.
Oh, I don't mean it as a fighting gesture. It's more
Yeah.
more like a aloof not reading the room kind of action.
Yeah. But even in the circles that listening walks in, if they are carrying a sword, do not touch their sword. Do not
Okay.
take their sword.
I just
Alright.
I just pipe up from behind listening. Listening fingers, honey fingers.
Okay, well, fine. I will put my hand away then. But
I like the idea of, like, I will put my hand away then, and then it just retracts into your body as opposed to beside you.
Just this dark, ominous slurping motion. Just
My wife just turned the lights on. Okay. Alright.
Okay, so these are not well-off adventurers, and they, could totally be useful. So I don't trust them, though, because I don't trust anyone, except for the Adventurers Guild, who I trust with my life, obviously, because I definitely meant to say that about them and not about you. So I'm gonna roll...
Vivelda, if she's telling the truth and she studied the ancient language, she absolutely did that in the Adventures Library. Just putting that out there.
Oh, I just want to roll to figure her out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I can use... Can I use my +1 forward here?
Sure.
Yeah, that makes this a +0. Wow, I'm so bad at this. So figure out a person. I'm trying to understand them better because they're just offering their skills and, like, they might want to take our discovery for themselves. It's sus.
If she can barely afford enough health potions, there's no way she afforded access to the library.
So I completely flubbed that. So if I don't...
That's what you get.
Okay.
If she can't afford health potions, she can't afford access to the library. This is all just a bunch of hooey.
so you have acquired a unique distrust towards this individual.
The literal opposite of figuring her out. Cool.
Like, you look over at her, and then just like reach behind you and slam the door shut.
I don't want to shut the door because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it open again.
That's fair.
We could invite her anyways.
But I will, like, cross my arms and lean against the door frame and be like, so you know ancient, do you? How do you open this door?
Well, I haven't been adventuring yet. I haven't come across this door.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing here, then?
I want to find the... I wanted to replace my health potion, my bottled light, and now we were going to go adventure and try to earn our funds like the rest of the adventurers.
Well, I wish you luck on your adventures. Quick
Yeah,
question,
I
though.
think we're good.
Where in the city are we?
What?
Where in the city are we? I've seemed to have lost my way.
You're about midway from the ridge? Midway from the center. So far as the city goes, you're still a few days out from the Adventurer Guild outpost. But yeah, you're between the center column and the Adventurers Guild, and you're about midway through the city.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna be like,
So,
Agatha, I don't know how to open the door if we shut it.
Well, she's going to, like, take a hint and politely take her leave, to which the other people are very distracted being helpful to her.
Are they all hitting on her?
They're all fond of her. The tank has taken the same disliking to you that you have to her.
The feeling's mutual.
The
Wait,
tank's
this is-
like, oh yeah, right. A couple of adventurers that got themselves locked on the wrong side of a door can just afford an extra health potion. That's what's happening.
So the tank distrusts Vivalda.
Yeah.
To be
Then I
completely
like
fair,
them.
in a few days' time, we might not have to worry about there. So I don't see that as a necessary loss, but we will have to be wary of them later.
Oh, I
Out of
know.
character?
Yeah.
Out
I
of
know.
character?
Okay, go ahead.
How do you consume the light in the bottle?
You
Do you
just
drink
say
it?
you do.
Just
Okay,
say
but
you
like,
do?
but that
Oh, you mean like mechanically in
no,
universe?
like in the universe,
Yeah.
not mechanically.
Is
Like
it
when you open the bottle, does the light just shine at you? Or does it like lift up as a little glowy ball and then enter your heart?
is it like
or-
the little cans of air from Sneedville? Just
It
Ooh.
is.
Like jelly that you have to lick out with your super long amphibian tongue?
That one.
I like that one.
definitely that one.
The way I picture it is, it looks like just a typical health potion. It's just a circle thing with a tube coming out, but instead of a cork top, it's got a chewable wax top. So you put the end in your mouth and you bite a hole in the wax, and then it all floods out through there,
Huh.
straight into your mouth. So none
it's
of it
like the
escapes.
sun.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I mean, like, theoretically, you could throw it on the floor and then it would give a lesser effect to everyone in the area.
Flash potion.
But to make sure you get all of the effect, you just gotta surround where it comes out with you, which your mouth is the easiest way to do it.
So you just bite the chewable wax top and suck out the sunlight.
Like
Nah, it comes out of its own volition. Sunlight moves pretty fast like that.
I feel
About to say, I imagine it just moves expeditiously towards the opening.
So I can just like stick my thumb in it and then just like stick it inside a part of my body and then it would just like empty into me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I dig it.
If some of you don't have mouths because you might not need that in the system, you can just come up with other ways, but the idea is make sure you're the only one getting hit by the sunlight and you aren't wasting any, and then just pop a hole in the top.
Okay.
Just stick it in the eye of my mask.
But wait, before we go though, I want to walk up to the tank.
The tank is leaving. Before they go? Okay.
Wait, did they already left? They already left?
They are walking away, but you can totally just walk up to them.
So I'm gonna be like, hey, before you go, how about like we do a little bit of a scrimmage?
A fight?
Yeah, like not a serious one, but just to test, what's going on.
I mean, like, I'm always down for a fight.
I'm watching, listening suspiciously.
I ain't in the mood to gamble anything, but this'll just for a fun fight, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's have some fun. So do you want to do that in armor, or do you want to do it just regular?
Full adventuring gear. Come on, what's the point in spending all this glory if we ain't gonna use it?
Sounds good. So I'm gonna like indicate a spot. And that's a pretty big spot, and help draw a circle with my foot.
She pulls out a 3-piece nunchuck that collapses into a staff with a pull-arm head on one side, and assists in drawing the circle.
All right.
What are you doing? I'm gonna go
tell
over
me.
to listening chaos. Be
Huh?
like, what are you doing?
I'm having some fun with another friend. That's all. Getting to
Agatha
know.
has pulled out like a deck chair and is like ready to watch this.
The answer is making friends. That's what listening chaos is doing.
Yes, I'm making friends. So yeah, I'm gonna be like, my name is Listening, and your name is
My name is Grug.
Grug. All right, Grug. I'm about to put you face down in the dirt. How does that sound?
Are you?
You'll be surprised how resilient I am once I'm there.
That's great. So once the circle's over, I'm gonna go on one side.
So, a quick description of Grug.
Mm-hmm.
Grug has like a egg-shaped body with six limbs coming out of it, all at the same level. Three of which, two in the front, one in the back, are dedicated for walking, and three of which, two in the back, one in the front, are dedicated for hands.
Okay.
Humpty Dumpty from hell.
Humpty Spider Dumpty.
All right. So I'm going. So as soon as they're like ready, circle's ready, I'm gonna go on one side. I'm gonna draw my hair, my long eyelash sword, and I'm gonna say, how about Vivalda? Why don't you start the match? You're probably the most experienced fighter around here,
Oh,
aside from myself.
right. I was like surprised briefly. Sure. I'm gonna go and pick up a rock, and I'm gonna, like, as is tradition, when you hear it hit, ready, and I toss the rock gently into the circle, like up, so it takes this nice flight and goes clack.
All right. So with that, I'm going to. Part of the reason I want to do this is because I just want to know how combat works.
It doesn't.
So I'm going to start by attacking using Grace. What am I going to do?
Okay. So the fight move is seeking to incapacitate someone with violence. So if you actually want to hurt them, then you're going to want the fight move. But otherwise, what you're probably going to want to do is use Figure Out a Person. That is your most used skill in this system.
Or we could use a mock version of the fight move. Though, to be clear, the fight move will not be your most used move like it would be in, say, D&D.
That's true.
We could do a mock fight move. This could just be, like, a run-through of how to.
The thing is that when you figure out a person during a physical conflict, you get bonus questions. And so there is a bonus to figure out a person while stabbing them.
So I'm going to try to figure out Grug with my sword.
Sounds about accurate.
Okay. So what do I use for bonuses? Do I use... I think I can use Grace for figuring out, right? No? Yes?
It says wit.
Wit? I'm not very witty. Okay, that's okay. So let's do the rolls.
You don't need to be good at everything you do.
But I do.
I'm never good at everything I do. In fact, I'm good at very few things.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I got an 8.
Hey, that's a mixed beat, yeah?
So on a mixed beat, for Figure Out a Person, you may ask 2 questions, but they may ask 1 of you. So your 2 question options are... and since you're doing a physical conflict, go to your character sheet on the second page. Right next to your list of skills, there's Truths of Heart and Blade. Your second one says, when you figure out a person during a physical conflict, you may additionally ask 1 of these questions. So, what are those 2 questions that it lists?
Oh, what makes you insecure and what haunts you?
Excellent questions. So you can ask 1 of those as 1 of your 2 questions. Your other options are: what are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank? And that list is in rules.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to ask is, how would you feel if you lost this exhibitions match?
Not bad. It's just for fun. Nothing's on the line.
All right, good. And the second one was, what makes you insecure?
That's a great question.
I am the biggest and most imposing of my group, though there's no reason I should be... though I'm not particularly more or less resilient than them. Everyone just assumes I'm the tank.
That's unfortunate. You can ask something of me now.
Yeah. He or she gets to ask one question of them. Would you like me to reread the list?
How could I get you to take my adventuring group seriously?
I think you're barking up the wrong tree when it comes to me. I'm sorry.
You
I
get
don't
the
know.
feeling that he wanted to ask that in the generic you. How do adventures take us seriously, not you specifically?
Oh, okay. I think it would help if you developed a reputation for being responsible or dependable.
So time, like everything else.
Yes.
Well, I guess you can't just hope to get... can't just expect an easy way out of things.
Probably not. I'm sorry.
But
But
I'm going to shout, because, we're watching, we're cheering them on. I'm going to shout, nah, you just gotta beat up something big!
wait, what?
I shout, nah, you just gotta beat up something big.
That helps. Having a reputation for beating up big creatures or scary creatures definitely helps when it comes to the dependability.
A great conquest always helps.
Are they going to attack me or?
So now
No,
you
that was the
describe-
entire conflict.
Well, that's
so-
the entire conflict.
Yeah, so now would you
Okay.
like to describe your actions? And we can have some good description going.
Okay, so, well, you know what? Let's see. So my first action, I guess, is in terms of the actual fight.
Yeah. What
Okay.
do you do to stab at this one?
All right. So the first thing I do is I lunge at them with my my eyelash, and my eyelash when I lunge, it becomes super silvery and straight and strong and shoots right by their face, but doesn't hit. And I kind of smile at them because they were taken by surprise by the suddenness of my attack and the accuracy.
They were, before your attack, they were doing a very good job of making approaching them probably going to hurt by virtue of always having that blade of theirs spinning in a pretty large area around them. And so they are surprised that you got by without getting cut, but very quick to the catching your blade, pushing your blade away from them with their shaft and with the shaft of their weapon and moving the blade in to strike you.
Okay. And so when they have to strike me, I'm just going to kind of, at the last second, I'm not even going to use my sword. I'm actually, they have you said they have a staff, right?
A 3-piece nunchuck that collapses into a polearm.
Okay. So when they were attacking with the polearm, I just used the flat of my palm to push it outside of my body, so that way I can get even closer to them within the reach, beyond the reach of the point of their weapon and closer to their body. And that's where my weapon actually does even better because it's shorter. And so by the end of the fight, I'm basically pressed up against them, but with my blade against their neck, harmlessly. I guess their arm around me, because they can't do anything at this close of a distance.
You hear a very disappointing shick into the ground, and it appears as though the blade of the polearm is now stuck in the floor.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for that. It's very much of an exercise. I needed.
To which Grug turns to Vivelda and say, well, that's the biggest of your group, and I can't deal with that.
Listening chaos isn't our fighter.
Yeah, I'm sort of their
Annoyance. Our team,
Excuse you.
our team annoyance.
Excuse you.
Also, I wanted to say, earlier I portrayed monsters as always being like, I want to fight things, I want to fight them. This is the type of fight monsters always want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily to take you out of the picture unless they've decided you're food, but it's usually just like a social activity, just a violent one.
So I am a monster. Just
Yeah, I'm into it. Yes, we might be.
I'm legitimately just completely a monster.
Yeah, probably.
like just a really
No,
good...
you asked before you started.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I am not a monster.
Yeah, everyone enjoys a good sword fight, and monsters are only ever thinking about a good sword fight.
I mean,
okay.
mood. That just seems normal.
Kind of strange that the least monstrous out of all of us is the most monstrous.
Is the thing made of shadows?
Well-
Also, they cheat. Don't mind it. So I'm just gonna like scoff and be like, listen, Chaos isn't our fighter. They're our annoyance. And then I'm gonna be like, also they cheat. Ignore them. You want to have a real go?
Agatha stops mid-sentence and looks up from her book, just like not moving her head, just her eyes.
As much fun as it would be, I feel like getting it handed to me again wouldn't be as entertaining.
You know, Vivelda's right. I actually am not a fighter. I am far worse.
Okay, telling this to me again isn't helping.
Oh no, I'm saying this while looking at Vivelda. I'm giving Vivelda dagger eyes. Like, you're right, I'm not a fighter. I'm far worse.
I say to the tank,
Yeah, Grug's like, saying this again isn't helping the fact that I just lost handily to you.
No, no,
you shouldn't feel as...
You were fine, Greg. You were great, actually. I'm more talking to the Cantadin over here.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said Cantadin, as in paladin who can't.
What is it exactly that I can't do? Kick your butt? Because I
mean-
assure you.
Anything. You can't do anything, right?
You hear an audible snap of Agatha's book closing.
Grug like goes over and sits next to Phibian and is like, aren't you supposed to be trusting your lives to these people?
We're first. Sorry, I think I got carried away. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice fighting with you guys. Nice meeting you guys.
My
Don't
One
feel
of the other
ashamed.
party members is like audibly unhappy that they don't get to witness another fight.
no, my sword is coming out. Like they're trying to move on. They're like, ah, I totally didn't mean it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get you. The sword is coming out. We are going to.
Oh well, if the sword is coming out,
You have an arena.
so let's do this. All right. Well, I'm gonna walk into the. I'm gonna go back to the center. Let's see.
Unless
Let's
you're
see who's-
all bark and no bite.
I'm already in the arena. You're not. Quite a comment.
The
from someone
bookworm will acquire a stone of regulation size.
Regulations. I step into the arena. Why are we only ever fighting with each other? I don't have an issue with
dear,
this,
not
but the
this
fact that
again.
we spend literally all of our time fighting with each other. You've given us a bunch of NPCs and all we can do is use them to snipe at each other.
Hey,
We could have a group fight.
I just had a fight with someone else. I just literally fought someone. I just literally fought a stranger.
Alright. We don't literally just fight with each other.
All right, whatever. I'm just gonna walk out the ring. We'll do it. We'll settle this another time.
What?
Well, honestly, that face you're giving me right now, looking very dissatisfied, totally worth it.
Okay, but all of the other people, all of the NPCs are also giving you that face.
I 100% just lunge at her.
Wait. Sorry, my wife was talking to me. What did you just say?
Oh, you have an actual wife, right?
Oh, yeah, out of character. My wife was talking to me.
Yeah,
so,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Tell us when you're back.
Okay, I'm back now. Just ask me a quick question.
Sure, no worries.
Oh, so what did you say?
Oh, I 100% lunge at you.
The bookworm, upon seeing your action, throws the rock down instead, so it makes contact before your attack does.
Okay. So I'm going to.
When I have a minute, I will.
roll.
I will give her a nod, like, okay, maybe I don't hate you so much. Like, we're cool. You get it. You get it.
When Agatha is scrambling to get the bookworm out of the ring.
No, the bookworm's not in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
She was gonna throw the regulation rock. Also, listening is not in the ring. So yeah, I just 100% lunge at you. My nail is long and filed to a point. It's just made out of wood, actually, but it's been treated so that it is it's petrified wood. It's actually, we live on a mushroom. It's petrified mushroom. That's a thing now.
It's effectively very hard stone.
Yes. And it has been worked. Like, you will see me filing on it in my spare time because I have carved it to resemble this very elaborate sword, such like the one the guards and those above were carrying.
Okay.
Not because I'm compensating for anything. And so with my sword out, I will lunge at you, and it's a lance, so like I can be like forever away, and I plunge it through your mass of shadows and cloth, and I'm basically trying to rip your favorite shirt in half.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oof, a mortal blow.
Uh-huh.
That's a fighting action. Well, roll to hit, I guess.
I don't.
You don't roll to hit?
Nope. So I don't know if I'm seeking to incapacitate you with violence.
I don't think you are.
I do want to strangle them, but like emotionally. So we're gonna roll to figure out a person.
Okay.
What is that? Wit?
Yeah, so, yes, it's wit. Listening chaos. For just to say, the actual contents of the fight is between the two people fighting, not the roll. Like, what happens because of the fight is determined by the rolls, but what the fight consists of is just between the two people fighting.
Okay.
There are other mechanisms for combat, but they're like optional and advanced, and so I wasn't thinking we would bring them in.
Oh.
Yeah. So like
basic default, this is combat. You rolled a mixed beat, but because you're the PC, you win. If I roll a mixed beat or a downbeat here, then that's going to put me at a disadvantage. Now, if you want to counter that by rolling something else and you get an upbeat, then the fight would probably end in your favor.
Okay.
But that's determined by the rolls.
Okay.
But actually, it's more determined by what we do. If we're fighting an NPC, then I would actually use the fight move. Maybe. I might use the fight move if there weren't any other options. And the way you incapacitate an enemy is by applying so many conditions to them that they run out of condition squares. You have 5 conditions. The conditions are angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, and insecure. I have insecure already checked. And I... Words. words. So if I have 5 conditions and the dice say that I would mark another one, then I'd be incapacitated. An NPC could have anywhere from 1 condition to like 3 conditions for a strong NPC, or even for like a boss might have 5 whole conditions. But the other thing is, if you roll to figure out a person against an NPC, you might change their mind, persuade them to stop fighting you, defeat equals friendship, options. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
right.
So I have -1 to wit. Do I still have +1 to forward, or did I use that up?
You used it.
Okay, I'll uncheck that box then. So
I remember specifically last time you asked, should I? My immediate response was like, yes, keep that away from you.
Get rid of it. Lame. So I actually have a string on Listening Chaos. So since
That's
they
a fact.
literally never do anything I ask, I'm going to spend my string. So that gives me a +3. You can only spend your string on certain moves. Figure out a person says, roll wit, +3 more if you spend a string on them. So I'm spending my string on you, so that I have a snowball's chance in hell of rolling something good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 7. That's a mixed beat.
It's not an experience point.
Nope, it's not XP, it's a mixed beat. 7, 8, 9 is mixed. 6 or below is down. So, I haven't lost this fight yet. But if you roll...
Y'all are
something
trading
else-
blows right now.
Yeah, we're trading blows right now.
Okay.
So
It's in Listening's ring.
my description of my opening move is to try to tear your favorite shirt, because I understand that you're mostly insubstantial.
Okay.
And also mostly I'm mad at you. So my first question is, what do you hope to get from being in this adventuring party?
I will remind you that only the trickster can lie.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't gonna lie. I was trying to think of like.
You
Oh,
are
wait,
the
okay.
trickster archetype, and so literally no
Oh, I'm
one
not.
else has the ability. No?
No.
No,
Agatha-
I'm the
I'm
trickster.
not.
Apologies, Agatha's the trickster. You're
Yeah.
the spooky witch. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I also said that for the benefit of the viewers as well.
Right. So if I tried to use figure out a person on Agatha, she'd be able to lie to me. Everyone else, even if Listening Chaos doesn't say the words out loud, I would still be able to interpret the truth. Is like how the narrative makes sense of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that I've been a long time, and my relationships with people gives my life meaning.
That's adorable. So how do you repost?
All right, so I'm going to when you try to like attack my shirt, I'm going to again just like use the flat of my hand to push your sword away. I'm gonna be visibly outraged that you would attack my clothes, because. But I'm also kind of impressed because it shows like a keen knowledge on your part that that attacking me physically probably won't be to your best advantage. So attacking the things that I like. So I both think it's really clever, but I also think it reflects poorly on your character.
Only you could be like, I am impressed, but also not at the same time.
I'm impressed but disgusted. You sink to that level. All right.
It's literally a shirt. Get over yourself.
Shoot. Let's see. Where'd my thing go? Okay, here we go. So I get to ask a question from you, right?
Yeah. You get one of
Okay.
the questions. Since we're engaged in combat, you can use one of your special moves. My
Okay.
special questions are: what are you willing to risk death for, and what kind of deeds earn your loyalty? Those are my 2 specials.
Okay. So my question's going to be, what haunts you? While I'm going to like try to grab you.
So I'm assuming
I'm
you
gonna try to-
dodge out of the way of
Huh?
my. I'm assuming you like dodge out of my sword or use your eyelash to deflect it, so your shirt does not get ripped.
Oh, well, I'm pretty graceful, so I'm not just going to... No, I'm just going to use, like, a simple hand slap to knock your blade out of the way. And then I'm going to come forward to close the distance to try to bring you to the ground from up close. So, but while I do that, while I rush by your blade point and close the distance, I'm going to say, why is this important? Why is this so important to you? What haunts you? And then proceed to try to trip you and slam you on your back on the ground.
Nice. I'm going to, let's see. So let me figure out how to phrase this. So my answer to that is because I'm a monster. I'm a monster, and I don't belong with those above, no matter how much I want to be. But I'm not going to say that out loud, because that's super not something Vivelda would say. So what she does say is, as you slam her to the ground, the mask she's wearing lifts into the air. Just a little bit. Just enough for you to see that underneath, she's not a person. Underneath, she's not a China doll like Agatha. She doesn't look nice. She's a monster. Just like you. Just like any of these people. And these clothes that she wears are just her pretending to be something that she's not. So you do successfully slam her into the ground, and she is going to basically turn that move into a backflip. So she kicks her feet up into the air and is aiming for like your headpiece, your headpiece, and is doing a backflip to kind of flip herself up onto her feet again, hopefully while also, like, if you were real, decapitating you.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Like, it hits. And, like, I put my sword away.
My last question is,
yeah, that's it.
I just kind of look at you, and I'm like, so my question is, what kind of deeds earn your loyalty? But I'm like, what do you even care about?
Oh, wait, once I saw that you were a monster, I stopped fighting.
Well, it hasn't been your turn to repose yet, so...
Yeah, I'm not done with my sentence. I get a second question. I ask two and you ask one, and so I flip over and I knock your headpiece askew. And my second question is, what kind of deeds earn your loyalty?
I'm gonna say my loyalty isn't earned; it's given. You can only lose it. You can only lose it.
So there's not any special deeds that, like, would endear someone to you?
Well, not really. Nope. My loyalty isn't earned; it's given. It can only be lost.
That's adorable and also somewhat tragic. Like,
yeah, that's kind of sad. Like, once a friendship is gone, you'll never accept it back. Big sad energy.
Oh.
That gives us the big sad.
Yeah. So I knock your
That
headpiece
makes it good
askew.
character development, by the way.
Speaking of character development, did Agatha from the sidelines see what happened with Vivilda's mask?
Nope.
Yeah, probably not, because that's the figure out a person move, and so it's like personal.
Yeah,
Okay.
All of the questions asked thus far only get answered to the asker.
Okay, cool beans.
Thanks. So basically, you just take a step away and sheath your sword and, like, give a nod.
I don't even give a nod. I just put my sword away. I don't even fix my helmet, so it looks like my headwear is, like, still tilted askance, and I just walk away out of the ring without saying anything.
Two of the adventurers that we're watching are, like, discussing amongst themselves what that first move was, and don't appear to have noticed that the fight has already ended. All of this has happened way faster than anyone was anticipating. Like, oh yeah, that's what skilled adventuring looks like.
Over to Phoebe and I'm like, you owe me 3 mushroom caps.
Wait, there's mushroom caps?
There's mushroom caps everywhere. Question is, which one do you want to put in your mouth?
Well,
I
But
smile
what-
and just like shake
what
my
I-
head and tousle Phoebe's hair.
But I will say one thing. As I get out of the ring, I'm gonna stop, and I'm not gonna look at you. I'm just gonna say, "Sorry, Vivelda," and then keep going.
I just when you said that and you left, I just kind of watched you, frustrated, and then you're like, "Sorry," and I'm like, "Grr," and I'm leaving, but like the opposite direction. Frustrated, but no longer willing to continue the argument.
Yep.
That was
Did,
great.
did-
Gorb is over like, oh, I get it. You're two different parties.
At this point, I'm going to leave my folding chair with Fibian and run off to go collect Vivelda from wherever she's wandered off to.
Given that you are like half the size of everyone else, it's gonna take you a while.
Sorry, what was that?
You're like half the size of everyone else.
Well, yeah, I'm like, nobody can sit in it, but I know that you guys will watch my chair while I run off to collect Vivelda.
No, I'm telling you, it's gonna take you. You cannot run as fast as I can physically, so I will get to where I'm going first. But, like, you leave to go catch up to me, and it's like a while.
Are you running? I thought you were just walking.
I'm just walking,
So,
so I'm not gonna
running
get that
can
far.
catch up.
All right. So I guess I
I
won't
mean,
go
I
that
can-
far.
I am smaller than you, yes, but I'm also lighter than you, so I don't know. I think that if I gave it some gumption, I could catch up.
Look at your short.
I mean, I'm
legs.
virtually weightless, so I weigh about as much as porcelain does.
Because of because of Agatha, I will say yes. Though under most circumstances, being half the size will just make you slower.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, because of my, being what I am, I could imagine that wouldn't, necessarily work so much. Yeah.
That's relativity. If you're
Yeah.
moving away, then your time is moving slower in comparison.
I
Yes.
don't think that's how relativity works, but
That is how relativity works. It's just so incredibly small it doesn't matter.
I'm not a
And we are
doctor.
talking about an even smaller scale. So I agree, but also why is it brought up?
I'm not a doctor
We
though,
understand.
so like
Okay, so I'm gonna catch up, and then I'm gonna figure out a person with Vivilda, because I want to know what made her so angry at that point.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide.
Figure someone out is that Wit?
Yeah, unfortunately, which is why I have a negative freaking one.
Oops, sorry.
It would like you to
Plus, my number luck was off.
use it.
There we go. I rolled a 6. Woohoo!
Okay, so
Marked
that's a
experience
fail.
for that.
You can mark XP. Agatha uses double jump. Yes, an amazing viewer comment.
Boing boing.
Agatha uses double jump.
Okay, so I mark experience, but I completely failed. So I get nothing. You are a solid enigma for me right now.
So you're up
Probably
No,
'cause I'm not
action.
the question is, how badly do you offend Vivelda?
That is true. So I come rolling up, and I'm just like, "Stop! What's the matter with you?" And you get to decide how you take that.
I'm going to, I don't even have to turn to look at you. I know it's you. Of course it's you. No one else is going to follow me. I don't want to be anywhere near you right now. And so I'm just going to say, just leave me alone. And then I'm going to run away. And to make use of my extremely long legs. My whole 6 inches of height.
Do I wish to give? Am I allowed to give pursuit?
You can keep pace, but you won't gain.
Okay, well then I am going to continue to run after.
Are you going to do so
Bavilda.
obviously or stealthily?
I'm not worried about stealth. I'm worried about you right now. So I'm gonna sink my last string on you to try to get you to calm down here. And Vivilda, you've been my friend as long as I've known you. Please let me in.
Ooh.
What that sounds like is it sounds like you're trying to offer emotional support. Would you like help?
Oh yeah. You think my string would give you
My best
would give
Clippy
me a
impression.
plus? Huh?
That's my best Clippy impression.
Refuse to.
So what you just did, it sounds like the move, offer emotional support.
Okay.
And that is relevant because the person you're talking to has an affliction, or what's it called?
I do have a condition.
Yeah, you're
A condition. And
insecure.
so if you can use a string on this, and if you get them to open up about emotional support needing, then first off, they can heal what just broke inside of them. So that's specifically what you're doing, and it's actually a good move right now.
Yeah.
Groovy.
So I am distressed for a variety of reasons. And so when you offer someone support in a way that could be meaningful to them, you roll plus heart or plus spirit. You get an additional +3 if you spend a string on them, which you said you were going to do.
Okay. So heart is -1, so I'm gonna roll plus spirit because it's a 0. So that would be just a flat +3.
Yes.
Okay. Come here.
And viewers, you can see our rolls just above Listening Chaos, and if any of you guys came late, you can see who's talking in the bar just above Vivelda.
I have rolled a 10.
All right. So
I
on
tell you
a
what
10 plus. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I throw some flavor on this though?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose to be smitten with you. So I have returned your affections. And how I'm going to do this, because it says when I'm smitten, you get to learn the secret that I think would make you reject me. And so I'm going to pop out just in front of you, like let's take a tome from the comment gallery over here, and I'm going to double jump over up in front of you, and then I'm going to drop my China doll form.
Ooh. This is a true face reveal.
Ready, everybody? Ready, everybody?
Let's do it. Ba ba ba.
So if you're watching on Twitch, Agatha's profile icon is different now.
I'm not on the video. Where do I see? What can you see that?
How do I get that for you?
I got it.
This is supposed to be.
Out of character.
Thank you. Dun dun dun, says Zionus. Sorry, me getting to the various different Discord servers ruins. If I go to a different Discord channel, it ruins the things I have open, so that everyone can see what's going on. Ooh, actually, hang on.
Don't worry, I got it.
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah,
you now have a string on me, and you now know my deepest, darkest secret.
Wow. Okay. So where do
You
I
gonna
mark?
give us a physical description of that?
Yeah, give us a description.
Okay, so I jump out in front of you, and my eyes go from the powder blue that they usually are to a straight black with yellow pupils. And then my mouth and nose and eyes open up as I tilt my head forward, and this black ooze with bright yellow eyes comes rolling out of my mouth as the doll just kind of collapses and drops beside me. And the smoky mist that I am just meets your gaze immediately.
Right, so my basic response is to freeze, stop dead in my tracks, and essentially be like, what the crap? So on a 10 plus, if they open up to you, you know what? Let's do the mechanics in a second. So you meet my eyes. As the
I will
smoke is
say,
saying-
I will say as a side note, Agatha has not grown in size. In fact, probably got smaller.
Is she a
the
tiny
shell.
smoky shell? She's a tiny smoke goblin.
Yeah, I'm so like 3.5 inches is my usual me. I'm about 2 inches right now, so I shrunk an inch and a half.
Bitziest smoke monster. I can't. I'm gonna die.
Okay, we have killed our paladin. Next.
Blah.
It would seem that we're not as different as you would think, and none of us are nearly as holy.
I kind of like reach out my hand and attempt to like gently touch one of the tendrils of smoke.
I pull back kind of like sheepishly for a second, and then I just kind of like wander back into like to like almost to where like I'm sitting on your hand, like you can feel my smoke drifting through your fingers.
I like naturally turn my hand upwards so that I can hold you because I'm used to this. Because you are always climbing on me and sitting on me.
Yeah, so I just by like natural defer, like I just curl up in your hand.
I wish
All of us are monsters somewhere.
I wish I wasn't. And I'm
Don't we
gonna fold my knees. And my cloak slips off my hand, and it's a wet, warty hand. I'm probably some kind of amphibian. I haven't, like, fully decided what's underneath Vivelda's cloak.
Vivelda's the toad.
Vivelda the toad. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen in our listening audience, please place your bets now on what kind of amphibious creature that Vivilda is.
Unfortunately, I do not have a cool amphibious creature to show underneath my profile photo.
Don't worry, we'll figure that one out.
We'll figure it out. Everyone, leave comments in what you think that Vivolda should be underneath the cloak.
Right? We'll have an
I
art
also
contest.
want to say that Drenda has not yet unlocked the gambling feature of, so don't place bets; it won't work.
Oh, fair.
I think you can like have a heist. Never mind. That doesn't work. We're getting distracted. What were we? Where were we? I think I was saying I wish that I was.
In my time in this world, I've figured out what is most regular is people being who they wish they could be. And while that gives us a modicum of survival, that also loses out on our chance to be who we truly are. I have to wear this mask because I would never fit in here. You have a chance to be unapologetically who you are. And I truly hope that one day the world sees you like I do.
Vivelda is going to just like fall to her knees and sit down on her heels, if you know what I'm describing, and just kind of cry a bit. She's gonna tuck her hand holding the shadow gently into the hollow of her body so that like no one who like walks past can casually see you. She's just gonna carefully protect you with her body and just kind of cry a little bit.
Big emotions. However, there are two other people in this party.
Scene!
Jump cut to them.
Scene! Can we do the mechanics of emotional support real quick? I
Yeah, okay,
apologize.
go.
Okay, so if they open up to you, which definitely happened, They choose one, and you either choose one or take a string on them. So your choose one options are A, clear a condition, B, mark XP, C, +1 forward, or D, gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you. That sounds fun. I'm really, really tempted to just mark XP instead of clearing a condition.
I wouldn't blame you.
Let me just check. I think I have so I'll work on that anyway. So Agatha, you can choose one or take one of those or take a string on me. Also, if they're smitten with you, which, dear listeners, in case it hasn't been absolutely obvious, I have been smitten with Agatha since before the beginning of the game. So I'm smitten with you, and so I get to pick a second option. I get two options. And if you're smitten with them, and they refuse to open up to you, it stings, you mark a condition, which did not happen. So, Agatha, you get to either take a string on me, clear a condition, mark XP, get +1 forward, or gain insight from the GM about obstacle facing you. And I'll pick one of those two, and now we can jump cut to...
All right, why don't you go ahead and take the experience you want, and I will clear your condition.
No, you can't clear my condition.
No, yeah, it's clear Agatha gets to choose to clear a condition for Agatha.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have a condition, so I'll take a string.
Sure.
You aren't going to have me spill the beans?
Nah. We like running around in the dark, failing miserably at everything we try.
Say, yeah. Dancing around wildly in the dark sounds like so much more fun.
I think that's the name of a song.
Dancing in the dark. Nope, that's not the right tone at all.
Anyway, back to our others. What's your... How do I say that word? Phibian.
Phibian.
Like amphibian.
I am Phibian.
Phibian. You are the... you are the closest to the circle, and the nearest living creatures to you are the other adventuring group. However, Listening Chaos hasn't had that long to walk away yet, so you could just go catch up to them.
How far away are they from the other group?
Velda and Agatha have both booked it in the opposite direction, so catching up to them is not very helpful.
But how close is...
The new group is sitting next to the circle like you are.
And Listening Chaos has walked off?
Is walking off. You can go catch up.
Well, I just exited the arena.
Oh, it sounded like you were leaving.
No, as in like I'm not gonna keep fighting you. That and more like.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
like.
never mind. Listening Chaos is also essentially sitting around in the pews.
Okay. Being emotionally stunted and feeling left out and seeing how everyone else managed by swinging their sword around, I pull out my sword and I point it at everyone and I do the ability where I ask them, what would it take for us to all have a big group hug?
Okay. So, part one of that is you are challenging the group to a fight, and part two is you are posing that question. That's what's happening?
You do not have to
Yes.
be in a fight
Okay.
in order to use the
I'm-
figure out a person. Just to clarify.
What?
You do not have to be
I didn't hear
in...
anything you said.
You do not have to be in a fight in order to use the figure out a person move. That's just what we keep doing. And you get a bonus to doing it.
Well, that's what I saw. That's what Phibian saw. And Phibian is like... Yeah,
Follow the
so she pulls out her sword and essentially, asks how we're gonna get everyone into a big group hug at sword point. Like, I'll fight you if you don't tell me if we can't make a group hug.
So you're threatening to fight Listening Chaos?
I
Yeah.
think
While they're saying that, I'm gonna like sneak up behind them and just like wrap my arms around them and give them a big hug.
And then I'm gonna like drop my not like physically drop my sword, but like drop it to my side and like pounce on them from the other side.
Who specifically are you pouncing on?
Everyone that Listening Chaos
I think listening
their
chaos
arms
just
around.
hugged you.
What?
Listening chaos, who did you hug from behind?
Fibian.
Oh,
Wait,
hi.
So, did they catch up to us? Is that what's hearing? The
No.
hearing?
While you guys left, everyone's enjoying a group hug. Because,
Okay.
get dunked on, I guess.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because like I would immediately panic and get back in my porcelain suit.
So,
Yeah.
Wait, out of character, the reason why my wife was talking to me because she thought the video was on, and she was like doing silly stuff behind me.
Oh no! We've deprived
"What?"
your wife of the opportunity to
She's
troll
like, "Wait a minute."
Twitch.
No,
Who doesn't love a good party crash?
She was just like, she's like, was the video on the whole time? And I was just like, well, so she was mad at me. Being married is awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna give Fibian a big hug and like a big...
one of the more generic-looking bodyguards immediately jumps in, and like their presence also ends up chorusing the rest of the group. There's now everyone left at the circle is now in a group hug.
Nice.
Aww.
Strings for everyone.
It was about to get to the point where it's all nice and touching and strings until you hear one of them saying, "Stop pricking me!" And then that you get into like a pinch fight while still in hug.
Okay,
Right.
so you guys were both like, well, I hug them from behind. No, I hug her from behind, and it was like, nope, that's the wrong button. It was like this GIF where you guys are both like, no.
Wait, what?
There.
It's been posted in Dice
I
Rolls.
posted it in dice rolling because I discovered the way to share gifts with my audience is to
Okay.
put them in dice rolls.
Okay. Oh my god.
You were like, I hug them from behind. I hug her from behind. No, I'm hugging you from behind.
I don't know about you, but I like surprise hugs from behind.
I just thought it was great.
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure if it ever does happen, like you end up pinching people in the same group hug as you, but it sounds like a wonderful activity.
Oh, I don't know. I definitely pinch. Yeah, I'm definitely a. Well, I pinch people. They don't pinch me. So
They
I'm happy
try.
being
It's a valiant
pinched.
effort.
yeah, it's yeah. I'm the best. Okay, so I give them a hug, and then you wanna go find our friends.
So they are
Yeah.
part of the same party? I'm confused, says Gore.
Not as confused as everyone else.
I'm gonna like just I'm gonna pat him on the face and be like, "You're one of my babies now too, so don't worry about it. I'll take care of you."
Aww.
And then I'll lead them. I'll lead them to where.
Gore's like, I'm not that new to I'm not a baby. It's like
everyone's my-
stumbling over that, trying to get that concept across.
So everyone. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. Like just like everyone's my baby. Don't worry about it. Everyone. You just
And the
don't
others
know.
are like, calm down.
Yeah.
Gore. No one
Come
thinks
with
you're a
us.
baby.
Everyone's my baby. Unless they're not. Then they're my enemy.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Does that make me your enemy? It's your baby or your enemy? And
Well,
I fell into
I
the wrong category.
Well, wait. Well, you're not nearby right now, so I'm not answering that question. We're gonna go find you.
I will not be so incredibly impolite as to allow them to sneak up on you. There is a horde of not quite people approaching the two vulnerable
they make
people.
a lot of noise, and so I'm going to pull myself together, slide my mask, secure my mask back over my face, and like kind of attempt to dump the shadow back into the shell, but I'm assuming the shadow like moves.
Yeah, I slither back into my my porcelain case and like prim proper my dress and toss my legs folded so it looks like I was sitting on the mushroom talking.
Well, oh, go ahead.
Before everyone comes close, I'm going to gently touch your cheek.
Aw. I'm gonna look up at you and smile and like wink.
Okay, go ahead, listen, Chaos.
Okay, as soon as I see you, I'm gonna scream, Vivalda,
What?
come here.
Fuck you.
Well, this went from wholesome to toxic real fast.
Are you not coming?
I get up and come over there.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right.
I just also respond like that.
That's okay. So, I'm guessing you comment to me really despondently with like your head hanging low or whatever.
No,
or, like,
no,
really
I'm not
defensively?
despondent. I'm sulking. I am
you're sulking?
like, what?
Okay. So as soon as you're close by to me, I'm gonna like wrap my arms around you and squeeze you, and just embrace you with all the warmth that I wouldn't give you before.
And the NPCs, which can totally read a room, will also join the activity.
All right.
Yay! Me too.
Just giggle warmly and like allow myself to be dragged into this because there is no possible way that I can fight my little tiny self against everybody else in the room.
Yeah. So I'm just like squeezing you like really tightly, and yeah, that's it.
I'm
Just
assuming
let out this really embarrassing snort and be like, "You're ruffling my dress."
Yes, that's exactly how I'm doing it.
Like, Gorb will very skillfully, with his lanky boy limbs, will like elevate you up and place you on someone's head, on like listening's head.
I do the
That's
thing where like my
adorable.
arms are still at my side, but you're hugging me, and like I don't know how to react. And then like after a couple of seconds, when everyone like continues hugging, and now there's like 7 people hugging me. What? I guess I will tug some of you back, and I like awkwardly pat from wherever my arms have ended up.
So
This is adorable.
After that, I'm gonna like put you down, and I'm gonna be like, "It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I was wrong about you. I'm sorry."
Oh.
Yay!
Oh. Thanks. I like don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, you can tell pretty clearly that her eyes are like big and she's like processing.
I'm gonna that's it. I'm gonna say you're my baby too now. Then I'm gonna like just let you go and then walk off to like get to know the other party.
You're
I don't
gone
need
for
to,
like a whole like half minute before I'm like, your baby?
Gorb is like, yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Well, when Gorb says that, like, what? I'm gonna be like, everyone's my baby. You don't understand. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna pull out like a piece of paper, and it's really faded, and it looks like at some point it could look like a photograph but it's like pretty much disintegrated. And I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's been a long time since I looked at this. But yeah, been around a long time, and I've seen everybody grow up. Everyone that's around it right now, anyway. So yeah, everyone's my baby. Everyone.
The picture will like make a face and then like shimmer a bit and become just a bit more visible, but only for a second before it like does that whole thing where you've been turning your face red and you have to take a breath.
The picture does that?
The picture does this for you.
Oh, cool.
One of the other people is a little picture?
No, the picture Listening Chaos pulled out of the pocket has made itself more clear, but only for a split second, because apparently it takes a lot of effort.
Okay. I'm so confused, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Someone might want to ask about that.
What did it look like?
That's a good question.
I know.
But well, I don't know what it looks like. It's been there in my pocket for a very, 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 very long time. So
I'm going with what the hell is my question?
Could I come up with what's in it?
yeah, whoever, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Pardon me, Dungeon Master. Can I roll for what the hell?
Yes, you may. So, Listening Chaos, you can say no if you don't want, but that is a picture of one of the first people to ever find you in this world. They, who was accused of you being their imaginary friend for the longest time, until they actually, like, arranged for you to meet their family. And that was one of the very few times, like, you and them and their whole family were all together, and you got a picture of it.
Oh, even better. So yeah, the picture is of someone who I will never forget, but it's hard to remember. But as you can see, I've had
previous question. No, keep going. You're fine.
You know, when you've been around for a long time, and so you've been here for so long that the photos in your pocket have, turned into dust and lost all color, and the memories are all blurry. But it's still important to you. That connection of here to the past, and yeah, that's all. All I'm saying is that I feel connected to everyone. Every single person. Every single life form growing up on this crazy mushroom. Until I'm not, of course. And then they're not one of mine. And then they're a big old target until I decide to get rid of them.
What? I don't think that's a normal way to interact with people.
I believe I can dig through that to find some modicum of a compliment.
It's a compliment.
Don't strain yourself.
Well, while this is a incredibly touching moment, I believe we have a prize to go turn in.
Yep.
Are we actually turning it in?
Are we, so, like, we just had a few fights and a group hug, and I know that doesn't necessarily mean best friends forever.
We're best friends
But
forever.
are we, like, okay, can we come?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't imagine why not.
Woo!
I can't believe you would consider not coming.
The group of them begin to cheer,
They're offended
like,
now.
quietly amongst themselves.
So I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna climb up to my rightful spot on Vivelda's shoulder and whisper into her ear. I'm gonna try something, and then like get this wicked smile on my face and go, "Everybody, group hug."
I look at you with concern. Possibly fear?
I just like dart my eyes down to you and smile.
It is a bit concerning, their response. It appears as though Grug swipes up two of their teammates and throw them at you, and then jumps in all without like missing a beat.
Okay, so as we all make connection with each other, okay, so I leveled in that last little bit of extreme motions.
Ooh.
There, I leveled up. So I chose to take a move from another book, and it's called Astral Dance. So I roll Grace. I roll plus Grace. And that allows me, if as successful, it allows me to take a small group and teleport them to a place. So I'm just going to teleport us all to the Adventurers Guild.
That's my move. I can't believe you took one of my moves.
Okay.
Well, it was
Do you
super
have
cool.
that move?
I do.
Well, I was planning on getting it, but now I won't.
I don't want.
Finders keepers, baby.
Okay.
Well,
Are you two both okay with that out of character?
Is that all right with you?
oh no, it's that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
If anything,
Okay.
listening is just like that's nice. That's just taking on my characteristics.
Okay. All right.
Is the Adventurers Guild where you want to be?
Isn't that where we've got to turn in the quest for the beetle guy?
The Adventurers Guild quest for the Beetle guy. Are we talking about Herc?
Yeah, to get him
Is
a health
to
potion.
return with his head. Herc put out a request for a health potion for
So
bottled sunlight.
we need to bring the Adventurers Guild a treasure. But you know what? We could probably show them where the treasure is because, frankly, being able to control where the doors are, that's treasure.
That is definitely treasure, and so that would move us into a higher point of standing.
Yes.
That also, well, they would have access to a door that only we know how to use. We can leverage that.
Do you know how to use it?
Yes, we do.
Sure.
We can cycle through the doors. We can go in and cycle through the doors and pick out which door we want to, and it pretty much fast travels us to wherever the hell we want to be, as long as there's a door within range.
Can you get that door open now?
Oh, it hasn't been shut yet.
Do we need that door?
Yeah, it has. It's
Just
been long
hold
enough.
us
It's shut
into,
itself.
Yeah, the door shuts themselves.
Well, then shutting itself, that's fine. But, like, just, well, did you say we knew how to open the doors now, though? Well, we guess we know how to open the green doors. But that's
you know how to open that green door.
Okay,
But then you shuffled the green doors, so that green door isn't that green door anymore.
Can I really quickly, what I wanted to do and meant to say and then forgot in all the chaos, was that before we leave, I would like to go look inside the room and make a note of which doors it's facing.
Okay.
Of where specifically it's looking out on. So we might not be able to open the door that we just came out of, but there are 2 other green door options that it's looking out onto. So we have 3 different chances.
Yeah. And you think they'll all open to that same room?
Well, yeah. Because...
Well, we've obviously established a connection, so if we can get into the computer room again, then we know how to replicate the response. So, right now, you are absolutely correct. We don't know which door opens to this spot. Well, we do know that this yellow door opens to this spot, if we can reopen the yellow door. So, I think that should be our next plan of motion, is to see if we can reopen that yellow door.
This is probably an important point to remember that we requested an Alice in Wonderland world.
This is true.
So true.
Heaven
I
knows
chased
why
that
we did
rabbit
that.
so hard.
So, that's our logic. Moving on.
I
This
will
is
say
fine.
that the entire world makes a sense of logic. Good luck.
Let's go try to open that door. Now I'm intrigued.
The door we just left.
Yes, the yellow door.
Evidently, this is the yellow door that leads to the battle arena.
The yellow door leads... Okay, so in the Twitch chat, Ziana says that I should be a glass frog, which is a real kind of frog. The skin on their bellies is transparent, so you can see their hearts beating and stuff. And that sounds really fun. We should totally do
Or
that.
you could be glass and I could be porcelain. That would be so cute.
So we're totally doing that. I'm a glass frog now. And I was like, okay, we've adopted an adventuring party. We are an adventuring party. We don't need a second one. And then Ziana says, I thought you were 2 adventuring parties. And I was like, we have 3 parties now.
He's freshly smitten and we already have kids. This might be a problem.
Crap.
Oh boy.
Do I have to take care of these things?
So, as you reapproach the battle arena, things are as they always are, and by that I mean they've changed. Specifically, the
I don't understand that last word.
Specifically, the circle is now made of stone. The circle and the inside's now made of stone. And the brim that follows along the inside of the circle is flowing with salt water. It's like a tiny saltwater moat that's too small to do stuff with.
Okay.
Is salt water common around here?
It is in tiers.
Oh.
Great.
All right, we got free salt.
That's kind of metal.
We made it a cry moat. Oh my gosh.
Well, we could use it for like salt licks. You know, everyone needs their salt content.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not if
they
you don't
come
have
here.
to eat, because the sun is dope.
Yeah, we don't actually have to eat, sleep, or drink.
This is a PSA. Sun dope as hell. No need to eat, drink, or sleep.
Mm-hmm. Better than drugs. Yeah. All right.
Dude,
Okay,
do
so-
sun, not drugs. I'm
So
getting
we are
stuck
on
right
an
now.
adventure to find where our door went, then.
Okay.
The door frame is exactly where it belongs.
So the frame is still there?
Yeah, the question is, how do you open it?
Okay, so I'm going to put my hands on it and do the same thing that we did with the green door. I wish to pass into the control room.
Nope. This doorway specifically leads into what little remains of a building. It looked like it was once a stable.
Okay, so, really quick. It is almost 10 Mountain Time, and some of us have to wake up early in the morning. I think this is a great stopping point.
That is a great, yeah, that is a good choice.
Well, I was happy to pick a fight, give out some hugs, and
Adopt an adventuring party.
Adopt an adventuring party.
5 stars, super fun, would absolutely adopt adventuring. Wait, I'm not prepared to be a parent!
Looks at you with real life.
I like how watching you guys interact, the most logical conclusion was, oh, these are strangers.
They're like, oh, it's 2 adventuring parties.
They reasonably speaking, you don't know each other. You're strangers, which is why you're always at each other's throat.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You're
No, it's what do you call it? If you go back to our connections to each other, it says, "Who have the unseen warned you about?" And it's been Vivelda.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to imagine that the initial like my friends were like, yeah, Vivelda's like, you know, I don't know, maybe two-faced or untrustworthy or, you know, can't be honest with themselves, and so
Vivelda's lying, Vivelda's hiding something. What
Yes,
is she hiding?
exactly.
Will it hurt us?
Yeah. I'm suspicious of her, and then so when I find out that she's a monster,
You find
Like,
out
it all
what she's
comes-
hiding.
yeah, and then of course, you know, I'm just like, all right, well, that's a good reason to hide, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, have we made a lot of progress? No. Have we made a lot of mental progress? Absolutely.
Right.
We are becoming a family.
I'm in a quote unquote ancient horror, so because I won't use the other word anymore. I'm not really about progress. Not really what
Progress will come in time. How much time? We don't know.
fathomable. I think someone once said strange aeons. Strange aeons.
No, I really like that idea. Progress will come in time. How much time? A fathomable amount of time.
The real
Our
progress is
Dungeon
the
Master
friends.
sweating behind the DM screen here.
The real progress is the friends we made along the way.
The long way.
The long way around. I think I'm gonna
I
take
did
the
not know we
long
were
way
writing an Iliad.
round.
Alright, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, that
You
was
guys
super fun. 5 stars.
A wonderful night.
Would absolutely be
I-
dramatic lesbians with you again.
For sure.
That's good because I will still be sick next week, which means we will be starting or trying to start early again.
Okay. Well,
Sounds great.
good.
I
All right.
schedule when I'm sick. That way it's very efficient.
That works.
Brilliant.
Really quick, if you are watching, just go ahead and drop me a follow. That would be fabulous. I am literally 1 follow away from affiliate, so pretty please. Would love you.
Oh yeah, it's not like she's been doing this for a year less than me. Go follow me.
You
Okay,
can
that
also
might
follow
have been a bit
I was just about to get to that. Our beautiful, wonderful RM still streams Minecraft on most mornings, although she's got a bit of a cough right now, so she may or may not be able to make it as regularly as usual. So give her a follow and send her some love so she'll get better. The rest of my wonderful friends here aren't streamers on their own behalf, as far as I know, right now. But they're pretty awesome. We all play Amped Guard together, which is our favorite LARPing thing. And come back the same time next week for our next session of Thirsty Sword Lesbians or Curious Sword Queers, or We Adopted an Adventuring Party and now there's 3 of us. Everyone's secretly a glass frog inside. Who heard of throwing stones when you are a glass frog?
Vivilda and Agatha +8.
This is fabulous. Flirting, friendship, fun, and explosions.
Just a few more, and we can call this expensive by the dozen, right?
Drama by the dozen. My next stream is going to be Sunday evening. It's going to be a Jackbox game. We're going to start at 7 Mountain Time with Jackbox games, including everyone who is in the Discord. We have a Discord, so come join Camp Cult, which is not a cult, probably. And
Dungeons by the dozen is so much better.
Dungeons by the dozen, excellent.
You're welcome.
The one that makes me sad is if there's so many of us, some of us might not make it.
That is true. There might be a death in the party because as a former dungeon master, I would absolutely hate playing like 8 PCs running around with you guys.
They're just our cheerleaders, that's all.
We can just send them off to go do something, or like...
They're baby cheerleaders.
We can start our own guild.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I was really
Oh
thinking.
my
Take
goodness.
over one of the decrepit townships and be like, this is our new city and this is our adventurers guild.
You know, if you want to make a city, I can probably do that, given enough time.
Listening Chaos, one of our viewership has an Eldritch Horror friend, and they would like you to know that that you're awesome. They're cheering for you.
Thank you very much. I super appreciate it.
So you 2 horrors can make friends together.
So far as homework, Listening Chaos, I have something I'd like to discuss with you. And remember, if anyone wants time to discuss with me, at me, just anytime.
Okay, let's just wrap up the stream, and then we can do that real quick, okay? So everyone say goodbye to our viewers.
See you,
Bye,
bye.
viewers.
Bye
Bye.
Okay, viewers, but don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. We are gonna raid someone, and then I'll shut down the stream. I'm getting better at this. The thing where you raid people. One of my new streamers has been streaming since 2, and it's 10 now, so she's been streaming for
8 hours.
like 8 hours, yeah. So we are gonna go raid, and she's been doing Skyrim.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't know their preferred pronouns. Their tagline is a professional wizard plays game. So their professional wizard is playing Skyrim today and has been forever, and so we're gonna go harass them. Don't forget to drop me a follow, and we're gonna go over to Innskeeper. Everyone shout raid when we get there. All right, here we go.
Just around the riverbed.
Raid.
Raid.
Okay, that's
Okay.
not. All right, I'm gonna end
I
the
will
stream
die